Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have some good stuff for you because it is from KEEN. Let's open up the box and see what we got, because these are some hiking shoes from KEEN called Wasatch Crest Vent. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly. Wasatch. I don't know, it's probably called after some mountain that I don't know about, but yeah, what are you gonna do? So if you don't have time to watch the whole 10 minutes of this review, let me give you a brief overview. Absolutely fantastic hiking shoe. Now, I do have a few complaints with the lacing system. Not a big deal. Overall comfort is excellent. Fairly lightweight, although for the shoe, definitely a little bit on the bulkier, heavier side. Probably one of the best features is the outsole. I do like the outsole quite a lot, but we will talk about all the details later in the review. Currently $124 on Amazon. Link is in the description below. It is a little bit on the pricier side considering this is not a waterproof boot, but like I said, the comfort level just makes it up for pretty much everything, every little complaint that I have with the shoe. If you prefer a little bit of a wider fit in the toe box, you're gonna appreciate this. So if you do have time to watch the whole review, and if you really are serious about buying the shoe, stick around, because this is not a regular shoe review. This review is specifically for my ultimate survival shoe section. Yes, so basically if this wasn't just your hiking shoe, but something bad happened, and now you really are putting yourself to the test. You are surviving. You're walking for extended periods of time. You're running, you're climbing, you're fighting, you're doing whatever is necessary to survive. Would this shoe be good for your survival if that's what you ended up with? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the shoes and boots that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk, and then I continue wearing the shoes or boots, whatever I'm reviewing, for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. Like I said, best feature about the shoe is the comfort level, and if there are a few factors that contribute to that comfort level. First one, of course, the weight. Like I said, is a little bit on, feels like a little bit on the bulkier, heavier side, but let's see exactly how light or heavy they are. This is size 10, and size 10 is 13.6. Overall, this is really good weight. Now, to give you kind of reference numbers, if you are looking for a shoe, you are probably gonna be looking for something between 10 ounce and 15 ounce, all right, per shoe on your foot, all right? That would be pretty good, kind of balanced weight. Nothing too heavy, and at the same time, you're not compromising, you know, the protection, the features, because the lighter it is, the less stuff you have on the shoe. Makes sense. So 13 ounce, definitely pretty decent weight, kind of in that golden middle. Now, if you were going in the mid-size category, like mid-size hiking boot, now you're getting 15 ounce and above. Then the full-size boot, probably 20-25 ounce, just to give you kind of reference number. There is another thing that contributes to the comfort level. It's the flexibility of the outsole, and check this out. It is super flexible, even though the quality of rubber is really nice. We'll talk about that later in the outsole. Even though there is pretty decent amount of protection, again, we will talk about that later, still very flexible. So if you are considering this maybe as a trail running shoe, this is pretty decent option, because you can run properly without sacrificing your form, without any problems with this shoe. Now, moving further, there's another thing that is absolutely fantastic whenever it comes to the comfort level of this shoe. And this inner sole, it has been implemented in, so far, everything that I reviewed new from KEEN in their new lineup, and I am absolutely a fan. I'm a huge fan of this inner sole. This is really good. I mean, don't pay attention to the design. It does look cool, but whatever. We're not talking about the design of all the colors and all that stuff, all the writing. But it does have a real arch support, which actually does work, all right? Not just a random flimsy shape that does absolutely nothing. No, this actually gives you an arch support. This actually gives you a really good heel bed, and you do have some extra padding here in the heel compared to the front, which is great, because if you're running, if you're walking for extended periods of time, and now you're fatigued, you're tired, now your form gets compromised because you're fatigued, you are now walking, running, not not very good, okay? Because your form is bad, you're putting too much stress on your heels, on your ankles, on your knees. This extra cushioning goes a long way because that will be your impact protection later when you get tired. Okay, moving further, we have some padding in the tongue, not a lot, but some. And then there is some padding in the shaft for the comfort in the heel, and then going throughout the whole shoe. You do have kind of a nice padded feel overall throughout the shoe, which gives you unbelievable amount of comfort. Except the very front of this toe box, this rubber cap for protection, you don't want to touch this from the inside, so we gotta get the right size. I will talk about the size later. Overall comfort level, absolutely fantastic job, KEEN. Okay, moving further, criteria number 2, proofing and protection. Okay, this is not waterproof, even though you probably noticed the gusseted tongue, but no, this is their vent version, which is basically they have two different kinds of, most of the models. Some of them, they do have waterproof, and others are vent. And vent, obviously, because there is no waterproofing, they're much more breathable. So if you're getting the shoes, the boots, whatever you're getting from KEEN, more towards 3-season use, no cold, nothing, you don't mind getting wet, vent is pretty good because you're saving weight, and also at the same time you have more breathability. In shoes, I don't mind non-waterproof hiking shoes. I'd rather get them wet and know that they will dry up quickly, because that's the case with stuff that is more breathable. That's just the way it is. Now, if we're going in the mid-size, then maybe I can start thinking about going waterproof, because now you have more clearance for waterproofing, and that's kind of where it starts to matter. Okay, let's talk about the protection now. Like I said, there is this rubber toe cap, which definitely helps, especially on rocky stuff. If you're traveling on a rocky trail, this stuff definitely helps. The top, of course, is still soft, so don't drop anything heavy. Obviously, you don't really have any protection in the ankles. The heel is more or less reinforced, and you do have a decent amount of protection from the bottom, but we'll talk more about that in the outsole. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, if you're not familiar with KEEN, excellent brand. I mean, whenever it comes to outdoor stuff, they know what they're doing. And I have reviewed plenty of stuff from KEEN, and really I have not been disappointed in really anything that I reviewed from them. And this shoe right here, it's just kind of solidifies that. It is really, really good. It's super comfortable, decent weight, overall pretty good. And I mean, you can judge by the reviews on Amazon. The link is in the description below. Currently over 250 reviews, almost 5 stars, so people definitely do like this shoe. And if you check out other products from KEEN, they all have good reviews on Amazon. I will put the links also for KEEN original website. Sometimes prices are better on official KEEN website. But let's talk about the design features. Here is where I usually talk about the lacing system, and as you can see, lacing system is here is quite unique because it goes all the way down. Personally, I do like that a lot. What I don't like about this lacing system is the flat, flimsy strings that KEEN decided to use. They just, I don't know. Okay, first of all, they're white, and for hiking stuff, this will get dirty pretty quickly and will look brown more than white. After a few more or less serious hikes, all right? Second of all, because they're flat, it's a little bit harder to tighten them and loosen them. So, we're talking about survival. In survival situation, you kind of do want to have the ability to quickly put them on and just go, all right? So if I would, my personal recommendation, if you're getting this shoe, just replace the strings with something that is quality, something that is not white, because you don't want it to look brown, but also something that is round, firm. I like those strings because it's much easier to tighten them. They do add a little bit of weight, but again, the overall feel that you're getting is just much better compared to flat, flimsy strings. Although these are lighter, so they do save on the weight. So it's kind of like which way you want to go. Okay, let's talk about the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. Now, whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. Some asphalt, tarmac, dry sand, dry grass, wet grass, just trail surface, rocky road, concrete, marble tile, rubber. pretty much anything I can find. And like I said in the beginning, this outsole is actually very impressive. Now, when you look at it, it doesn't look like much because it's, for the most part, it's pretty flat, but there is decent amount of aggression. These grooves are very aggressive, and as you can see, they are multi-directional, so you do have a very good traction on pretty slippery stuff like wet grass, for example. Surprisingly, you do have very, very good traction. And at the same time, on sandy surfaces, you're not digging in. There is nothing weird going on, so the sand does not get stuck in anything. And at the same time, on flat, shiny surfaces, there is that sort of almost natural, even though they're not advertised as slip resistant, there is some slip resistance. It feels like there is, because it gives you good traction on flat, shiny surfaces, and that's where that slip resistance usually comes into play. So overall, great job, KEEN. They did a really, really good job with this outsole. Let's move on to the criteria number 5 really quick. Temperature. Yes, this is no way winter. Don't even think about it. No cold temperatures. 3 season, pretty good. If you don't mind getting wet, of course. But because this is very breathable, it will dry up quickly. So no big deal. Criteria number 6 now. Sizing. These are true to the size, but I would recommend getting half a size bigger probably, because you want to have a little bit of extra space. You don't want to touch this rubber cap, so keep that in mind. Although, because these do kind of run a little bit wider toe box compared to, for example, Salomon's, you will have to play around with, you know, with the sizing. So that's why I like Amazon, because you can get it, you can return it, and you can find the perfect size for you. Okay, let's talk about the criteria number 7 now. Balance of application. So, if this really was your survival shoe, would this be good? Well, if you're the type of person that prefers to be lightweight, to be as fast as possible, as kind of mobile as possible, right? Nothing too bulky, nothing too heavy, you don't mind getting wet, and you don't need any ankle protection. This is really, really good. Really good. Especially if KEEN is that brand that fits you well and you prefer the wider toe box and that fits you well, you're gonna love these shoes. I mean, this is probably in, well, not probably, definitely in the top 10 most comfortable hiking shoes that I reviewed on the channel. For sure. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. Salomon's do fit me a little bit better just because I prefer a little bit tighter fit in the toe box, but still, comfort-wise, I mean, with this inner sole, really, really good. And that brings me to the very last criterion here, criteria number 8, price. Like I said, 125, well, 124.44 to be specific. Currently on Amazon, the link for Amazon in the description below, and I'll also put the link for official website for KEEN, because I've seen prices. Sometimes they have better discounts. Like just recently they were running like a 30% off discount, which, I mean, from like $125, 30% off, that's, you know, it's really, really good savings. So check out both links if you really are considering buying this, because sometimes some, you know, official website might have better prices. $125 is a little bit expensive, but I understand that this is a newer model from KEEN, so obviously, you know, it's gonna be a little bit on the pricier side. For $125, you can find decent mid-size waterproof hiking boot from, you know, a brand like Salomon, which is very serious competition, and you're getting more. You're getting waterproofing, you're getting, you know, mid-size, more protection in the ankles, still quality, still comfort. So it's a little bit hard for these shoes to compete with stuff like that, but again, this is a brand new model. Keep that in mind, and you know, once it's on the market for a little bit, prices most likely will go down, but at the same time, keep in mind there's plenty of options, and I reviewed a lot on this channel, so check it out. Maybe you'll find something that fits you better. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think about this review. What do you think about the shoe? If you have any requests or reviews, drop them in the comments below, and I will be happy to address them. Again, thanks for watching this Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.